Here in Philadelphia, Citizens Bank Park, interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Texas Rangers taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. All right, Singy, let's get right into it. He threw an absolute gem last time out.
Seriously, Boog. I mean, this guy was nearly untouchable. Opposing hitters baffled all day long. Impressive stuff, and we'll see if his teammate can match it today.
First pitch coming your way next. And on the hill in this one, Robin Roberts. What do you have on him, Siggy?
He's racked up over 2,000 strikeouts in his career. He's such a competitor out in the mound. So fun to watch him work. I'm excited for this one.
All right, ready to go here. Rafael Palmeiro stepping in for the Rangers. Here's a 1-2. Stays alive.
That's the ball.
Two. That one ripped, and it stays fair. Around first, heading for two. And he'll pull into second safely.
There he is coming through with a knock right there. I like the fact that he can pick him up and put him down a little bit. First basemen aren't known for the speed, but see him get that extra base hit there. Now he's in scoring position.
Here comes Corey Seager. Man at second. And he can't come up with it. The underhand flip, and they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out. Let's take a look at our lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Curveball drops in there. And a 1-2.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big two-out at-bat coming up now.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. The count 2-1. Hit on the ground to short. That's out number 3. Phillies coming up to hit, no score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the Show. Back here in Philadelphia, and on the mound for Texas in this one, Nathan Eovaldi. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
His career ERA's been under 4. What I like most about him is his reliability. Takes the ball every 5th day, ready to go whenever the manager calls.
Richie Ashburn stands in for the Phillies. And that one fouled off. 2-2 now. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Got him. And there's one away.
Batting second, right fielder.
Okay, let's check out the lineup. It features a great veteran presence, Kyle Schwarber.
Oh, Boog, he's got great power just to every section of the ballpark, man. I love watching guys like this who can give it a ride to the opposite field or go dead center. I mean, that's really hitting. When you can hit and drive the ball up the middle other way, look out. Keep an eye out on this guy when he digs in. I wouldn't be surprised to see him launch one in this game.
Out towards right center field. Carter on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Batting third, first baseman Jim
Now here
Thome.
is Jim Thome. Two down, nobody on. Right through there for a strike. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Scoreless after one. Second inning
Leading
set
off
to
for
go.
Texas,
Now the catcher for the Rangers, Pudge Rodriguez. And he hits a ground ball right side. He steps on the bag. One out in the second.
Batting sixth, second baseman Michael Young.
So next to hit for Texas, Michael Young. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2. No score here in the second.
No,
really good
that's a
take,
ball.
especially with two strikes.
And they'll do it again. Here's a 2-2. Curve in the dirt. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And now two gone.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Rollins handles, throws the first, inning over. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back at Citizens Bank
Leading
Park,
off
bottom of the
for the
inning,
Phillies.
Kyle Schwarber
Left
stands in
fielder,
for the Phillies.
Kyle Schwarber.
Here's a 1-1. That one fouled off. And a ball and two strikes. Swings over the splitter for strike three.
Well, that's the effect of the splitter that you're looking for on the mound. Really nice pitch right there and had him out in front over the top. I'm sure the batter was thinking he was getting something else, perhaps a fastball with a little more straight and velo to it.
On the ground to first. Palmeiro takes it himself. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2.
Third baseman, Dick Allen.
Dick Allen stands in for the Phillies. Two down, nobody on. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 2. Just missed. Chase Utley on deck for the Phils. And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. Tipped into the mid, strike 3. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. Will Singy, as we talked about earlier, he was dominant in his last start and doing the same thing again today.
Yeah, Boog, in total control on the mound in this one. What a run he's on. Let's see if he can keep this thing going.
Upstairs. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next offering is in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his third of the game.
Well, that's a blue zone right there, or the cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the strike zone. And a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
Here's the pitcher, Nathan Eovaldi. On the ground. Whips it to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So the Rangers batting order turns over. Rafael Palmeiro will hit next. 2 down, nobody on.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Top of the third, no score. That one drilled left field, carrying well, and it is out of here. His first homer of the year, and the Rangers take the lead. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
Now it's Corey Seager. Late on that fastball. One and 2 now. Fights it off. He'll see another. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across. We're here in the top half of inning number 3.
Ball.
The 2-2. That one missed. Adrian Beltre in the on-deck circle for Texas. Three and two. Payoff pitch. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Rangers strike first on the solo job. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. This is Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. Back here in Philadelphia, and now for the Phillies, Chase Utley.
Second baseman, Chase Utley.
The 1-1. And there's a foul ball. Hit on the ground to short. Seager. On to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
Batting 8th, catcher J.T. Realmuto.
J.T. Realmuto steps in. Hard hit left side. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd.
Batting 9th, pitcher Robin Roberts.
Next up will be the Phillies pitcher, Robin Roberts. Ball to strike. Right through there for a strike. Swings and misses, struck him out. 9 straight retired here to start the game. You're watching Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. Welcome back.
Leading off
Singing he
for
was
the
sharp
Rangers,
in his
third
last time
baseman,
out and is
Adrian
equally
Beltre.
as dialed in today.
Yeah, Boog. Based on the last 2 games, he's quickly becoming the ace of the staff. Impressive stuff.
Fastball almost got him there. And a big swing and a miss. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Swing and a ground ball. Jump throw across his body. It's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for the Rangers, right fielder Brandon Nimmo.
Next up for Texas, Brandon Nimmo. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Schwarber turns to the right on the move. 2 down.
Up next for the Rangers, catcher Ivan Rodriguez.
Up next for the Rangers, Pudge Rodriguez.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area.
And that's in the dirt. Full count now. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. And the Rangers set down in order. They lead it 1-0. Back here in Philadelphia, bottom 4, Richie Ashburn stands in for the Phillies.
Richie Ashburn.
Here's a 1-1.
Ball 2.
And that one hammered. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Into second base. The tying run is on with a leadoff double.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged over to start the season and get into a slump.
Now, Bobby Abreu. In the dirt, and the runner holds.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Base hit into the outfield. Here's the throw. Safe at home, and the runner scores from second. We're tied at 1.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Go ahead run on base. Jim Thome stands in for the Phillies. This one in the air center field. He's got it.
Up next for the Phillies, left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
One out man at first. And Kyle Schwarber will come up. Quick toss to first. Abreu back in on a dive. The 1-1.
Oh!
And
Nope.
there's a ball.
Ball 3.
Center field. Brings it in.
Up next for the Phillies, shortstop, Jimmy Rollins.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Jimmy Rollins. Here's a 1-1. In the dirt. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. On to the top of the 5th we go. All tied 1-1. Back here, Citizens
Leading
Bank
off for
Park.
Texas,
New inning
second
getting
baseman,
started.
Michael
Michael Young
Young.
stepping in for the Rangers. Close,
No.
but called a ball. 2-1.
Well, these Rangers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
The 3-1. On the ground right side, Utley. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are
Up next
swinging
for
at
the
everything,
Rangers,
you feel
center
no
fielder,
need to
Evan
challenge inside
Carter.
the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
All tied up, and we're at the top of the 5th. One, 2 now. Struck him out without a swing. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
Here's the left fielder, Wyatt Langford. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Picks up strikeout number 7. Nothing doing for the Rangers. Still tied 1-1. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. The 1-1. Up the middle to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
So digging in, Chase Utley. Ball to strike. The pitch. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Makes the catch for the 2nd out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And now 1-2.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he's attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. On the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. We played 5 full, tied at 1 aside. Back at Citizens Bank Park. Close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. Nathan Eovaldi stepping in for the Rangers.
Pitcher, Nathan Eovaldi.
Out to short, Rollins. In plenty of time to first. Now one gone in the top of the 6th.
For the Rangers, first baseman Rafael Palmeiro.
So the lineup flips over. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Rafael Palmeiro. That misses. Ball 2. And that's down and away.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
This game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
In the air to left center. He's got it, and there's 2 down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Seager stands in now.
That's a ball.
Fouls one off. 2-2. Two down, nobody on. On the ground, right side. Into the outfield, base hit. And they have their first base runner since the third inning.
Up next for the Rangers, third baseman
Adrian Beltre getting ready to hit. The 1-1. Swings over the top of that one. The 1-2. Got him swinging for the K. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. One hit, one left. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. The Rangers on top here, 1-1. This is Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. Back here in Philadelphia, well, we go bottom 6. Robin Roberts stands in for the Phillies. One now. Foul ball there. The 1-2. And he gets tied up right there. Throw to first. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Kind of muffed that strikeout pitch right there. I'm not sure if he got crossed up or tied up, but either way, good composure to recover and finish the out at first. That's a play you could easily panicked on and throw into right field.
So the Philly batting order turns over. Richie Ashburn digs in now. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Langford drifts towards it. And there are 2 down.
Up next for the Phillies, right fielder Bobby Abreu.
Now the number 2 hitter, Bobby Abreu. That one ripped, but foul. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Down quickly go the Phillies. Score remains tied 1-1. Back here in Philadelphia, we go to the top of the 7th. Brandon Nimmo stepping in for the Rangers. Here's a 2-2. Breaking ball. This is down and away. Some stirring in the bullpen for the Phillies. Brad Keller, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. McCambly also throwing. Got him swinging.
It's almost like he's telling the guys in the bullpen, stand down, I got this.
Here's the catcher, Pudge Rodriguez. Ball to strike. The other way.
No! That's a foul ball!
The 1-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again.
No,
that's a
a ball.
tough pitch to lay off.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. You set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
So up next, Michael Young. 2 down, nobody on. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 2. Challenge from behind the dish here. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swings through him for the K. And he strikes out the side in the 7th. It's the Rangers 1 and the Phillies 1. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
For the Phillies, first baseman Jim Thome.
And a 1-1. Little chopper rolls foul. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. 1 away. Big time out leading off the home 7th.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
And he walked
Take your base.
And the go-ahead run is on base.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day 1.
Jimmy Rollins stands in for the Phillies.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
Hit on the ground, might be 2. Seager tossed to second, double
He's
play. What a twin killing to end the inning.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brad Keller. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Evan Carter stepping in for the Rangers.
Now this guy, a player that if he gets on base has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
Here's a 1-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Another 1-2. In the air, left field. And there's one down.
Up next for the Rangers, left fielder Wyatt Langford.
Wyatt Langford now at the plate. All tied up, and we're at the top of the 8th. Out to short. Over to first.
Got him.
2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
Shortstops are expected to make tough plays look routine, and that's what he did right there. Just a great example of why he plays one of the most demanding positions on the field.
Now a move being made for a pinch hitter. Josh Young looking for a 2-out spark with the bases empty. 2 down, nobody on.
Whoa.
The 2-1. That's ripped into the outfield, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Ashburn whips it in quickly. Go ahead run into scoring position as he stops at second.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field. Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
Looks like we've got a substitution at second. The pinch runner for the Rangers, Michael Hellman. They'd like to cash in after the 2-out double, so a speed upgrade might help them. Back to the top of the order now. And here's the first baseman, Rafael Palmeiro. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. One challenge remaining for them now. Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
And now it's 3-2.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Corey Seager, the kind of bat that can make a big impact if they can keep it going here. Up the middle, base hit into center field. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. They lead it in the 8th. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Brad Keller gives way, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming up. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching.
The new pitcher in the game, Zach McCambley. He's making his 2nd appearance of the season. And here's Corey Seager to hit.
Nope, that's off the plate.
The 2-1. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. And it's off the batter's eye. Corey Seager leaves the yard. His 2nd of the year, and they add on. It's 4-1.
A little more breathing room is always a good thing in baseball, and now they have it. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So digging in, Adrian Beltre. The 1-1.
Whoa.
Nice grab. And that's a nice play to end the inning. So they get 3 and jump ahead late. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Rangers 4 and the Phillies 1. You're watching Phillies baseball on the show Northeast.
Now pitching for Texas.
Back now, new
number
pitcher on the
31,
mound as we
Chris
roll into the
Martin.
bottom of the 8th. Chris Martin, ready to make his season debut. Digging in, Dick Allen. The Phillies in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at-bat out of him right here.
That one fouled hard the other way.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at-bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
That misses. Full count now. Some activity in the bullpen for Texas. Robert Garcia, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Baumler warming up as well. Payoff pitch. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Now a great back and forth in that at bat. He had to play off some really close pitches, and somehow, Boog, he found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Here's a 1-1. There's a swing and a miss.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it, still try to get that ground ball double play.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Allen gets his lead at first with nobody out. And that one ripped to left. That's a hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. Really important at bat coming up now.
Gonna bring up JT Realmuto. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Tying run at the plate. And this is inside. Here's the 2-2. In the air on the infield. And the infield fly is called.
Now batting pitcher number.
Now a pinch hitter coming on for the Phillies. Ryan Howard. He comes to the plate in a huge spot in this one. Out towards right center field. Carter gets there. He's under it. 2 away now.
Up next for the Phillies, center fielder Richie Ashburn.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Chris Martin out of the game. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for Texas.
So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Robert Garcia. Two outs, runners at first and second. And here's the Phillies leadoff man, Richie Ashburn. In for a strike, and now just one pitch away from surviving the inning. Throws to first, and that will end the inning. So a job well done from the Rangers bullpen that time. Through 8 full, it's the Rangers 4 and the Phillies 1.
Now pitching.
We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Jesus Luzardo.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now it's the right
Leading
fielder,
off for the
Brandon
Rangers,
Nimmo.
Right fielder,
You know, this is kind of a tough
Nimmo.
matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
That misses the zone, and a count 2-1. What a stop. And I don't know what's going on there, but he's safe at first.
Up next for the Rangers, catcher Ivan Rodriguez.
Man at first, nobody out. So next to hit for Texas, Pudge Rodriguez. The 1-1. That one way inside. Runner on the go. On the ground, right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Next to hit, Michael Young. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
And that one almost hit him. Payoff pitch. This one in the air, right field. Makes the grab on the run. What a way. And Chris, beyond the fact that he's so incredible defensively, he also can swing the stick.
Evan Carter.
Next up for Texas, Evan Carter. Two on, one out. Line drive, and this might be trouble. One run is in. Here comes Pudge around third. The relay, he'll score. 2 runs are in, and the lead is up to 5.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
1 out, runner at second. Wyatt Langford will hit next. Man at second. Check swing, he held up. 2 balls and a strike.
Gosh, Boog, I think he's trying to deke the pitcher. There's no way he's thinking he can hit that pitch.
Here's a 2-1. Right through there for a strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
2-2 now. Base hit. Headed for the plate. The relay throw. He will score. It's 7-1.
Up next,
here comes the skipper, and
pitcher,
we're going to see a
Robert
pitching
Garcia.
change in this spot. Jesus Luzardo won't go any further. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching.
New
for the
pitcher on
Phillies,
here,
number
Tanner Banks.
58.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Now a pinch hitter coming on for the Rangers, Ian Kinsler.
Pretty surprised they're going with the pitcher off the bench here, Boog. I mean, they must be trying to save what they have left in terms of position players for later or something.
Off
That's
the
a
mark
ball.
there, and it's 2-1. Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get two with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Here's a 2-2. That was the sweeper, but it missed. And ball four, to aboard.
Up next for the Rangers, first baseman Rafael Palmeiro.
So back to the top of the order. Rafael Palmeiro getting ready to hit. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Get him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
2 aboard, 2 outs. So now it's Corey Seager. Swings and misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And that's through the swing. It's a strikeout. 2-3-4 set to hit in the bottom of the 9th. The Rangers lead this one 7-1. This is Phillies baseball on the show Northeast.
Now pitching for Texas.
Back now as they hand the ball to a
68.
fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Carter Baumler on for his major league debut and a moment he will never forget.
Better believe that. It's always so special the first time you get into a big league ball game. I did it as a position player, but for him as a pitcher, sure there's some nerves there. Probably don't want to squeeze the baseball too tight. Just relax and do what you're capable of doing.
He goes down looking.
I can't argue with that one, and clearly he was looking for something else, anything but the breaking ball. It's a great pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift at a 2-strike count, but sometimes you just get fooled and you got to tip your cap.
Jim Thome stands in for the Phillies. This one smoked out to left. Takes it in for the out.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
2 down, nobody on. They're down to their final strike. And that's the ball game.
The first 2 games of this series really good. Exchanged punch for punch, blow for blow. But tomorrow will be a big one, especially in a day game. There might be some shadows in the afternoon. So you really want to focus on scoring early and playing very good defense to prevent runs. We'll see who wins it tomorrow.
And a 7-1 finish in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.